Good afternoon. This is news analysis coming to you live on Politics and Business Television Abuja. My name is Fatima Abubakar Oyibo. Many thanks for joining us at this time. The top stories. Federal government to restore Abuja-Kaduna train tracks in 10 days. Benue bans a primary nursery school graduation parties. Resident doctors issue 10-day ultimatum to federal government, threatening nationwide strike. Details coming up shortly. Stay with us. The Minister of Transport, Saeed Al-Khali, has assured that all things being equal, the suspended Abuja-Kaduna train line will be restored in the next 10 days. The minister, who gave the assurance during an on-the-spot inspection of the ongoing clearing of the accident scene yesterday after the derailment of the train on August 26, said work was progressing well. Al-Khali disclosed that at the time the accident occurred, the locomotive was carrying 8 coaches. 4 have been successfully moved out of the place. He, however, applauded the security and other stakeholders for the efforts to ensure the safety of passengers, workers, and train facilities in the ongoing operations to restore the damaged tracks and coaches. He also stated that the staff of the Nigerian Railway Corporation have been working day and night to ensure that the clearing and repairing of the damaged tracks are done at the earliest possible time. Meanwhile, the Benue government has banned graduation parties for kindergarten, nursery and primary schools in the state. The Acting Commissioner, Ministry of Education and Knowledge Management, Mrs. Helen Nambative, told the media on Tuesday in Makurdi that defaulting schools will be sanctioned. Nambative said schools might be closed temporarily for failure to implement the new education policy that prohibited such parties. The Acting Commissioner therefore said that the government was putting all the needed mechanisms in place to enforce the new policy. She said the new policy, which was with immediate effect, was not only people-oriented, but would also sanitize the education sector at the basic levels. Nambative, who is also the permanent secretary of the ministry, said the schools have failed to implement the policy in the 2025-2026 academic session might not be allowed to operate. She also disclosed that the government would constitute a task for enforcement. In the meantime, the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors on Monday issued a 10-day ultimatum to the federal government and relevant agencies to meet its welfare demands, warning that its members would embark on a nationwide strike if nothing is done before the deadline. The doctors, in a communique signed by NARD President Dr. Tokpe Oshundara, General Secretary Dr. Oluwashola Odumbaku, and Publicity and Social Secretary Dr. Omoha Amobi, said the decision followed the outcome of its extraordinary National Executive Council meeting held virtually on Sunday. NARD recalled that in July it had given a 3-week ultimatum, but in the interest of industrial harmony, the NEC extended it by another 3 weeks to allow the National Officers Committee engage with stakeholders. It noted that despite the extension, the federal government failed to fulfill its promises. You're still watching news analysis live on Politics and Business Television. Still to come, gold price hits record above 3,500. Details of these headlines and more news content after a quick break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now we move on business matters. Gold prices hit a record high above 3,500 on Tuesday as investors sought out safe havens in the face of global economic uncertainty. The precious metal reached $3,501.59 an ounce during early trading in Asia, soaring past its previous record of $3,500.10 in April. The run in gold prices comes as investors weigh up a weakened US dollars and the prospect of rate cuts by the Federal Reserve. Wall Street retreated from record highs Friday as a key U.S. inflation reading accelerated, giving the Fed less room to maneuver. At the same time, concerns mount over its independence. Now on the foreign scene, death toll from the devastating earthquake that struck eastern Afghanistan on Sunday night has climbed to 1,124, according to the Afghan Red Crescent charity. A desperate search for survivors is on after the magnitude 6.0 earthquake left thousands of others wounded, with most victims in Kunar province. Rescue workers are struggling to reach remote mountainous areas cut off from road and mobile networks. Afghanistan is frequently hit by earthquakes, especially on the Hindu Kush mountain range, near the junction of the Eurasian and Indian tectonic plates. And as for sports news, let's join Arukotom.
Good day, I'm Arakotom and here is your P&B Sports Update. Former Nigerian international sprinter Favour Ofili has confirmed she is switching nationalities. She will now compete for Turkey, bringing an end to her time in Nigerian colours. In football, Super Falcons star Asisat Oshoala is on the move. The Bay FC striker is set to join Saudi Women Premier League giants Al Hilal. A transfer fee has been agreed ahead of today's deadline. And Oshoala missed Bay FC game against Angel City as the deal nears completion. Meanwhile, Victor Boniface has completed his medicals at Werder Bremen. He has signed a contract until June 2026, joining on loan with part of his salary covered. Also on the move, Tolu Akorede has sealed a switch to the Premier League. The forward joins Wolves from Genik on a 4-year deal with an option for an additional year. And that's it for your sports round. I'm Arakotom. Stay tuned to P&B TV.
And that wraps up today's program. But before we go, the headlines again. Federal government to restore Abuja-Kaduna train tracks in 10 days. Benue bans primary nursery school graduation parties. Resident doctors issue 10-day ultimatum to federal government, threaten nationwide strike. From me, Fatima Abubakar Oyibo, it's bye for now.